start with a C of Om. Y'all know how to do this. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people, Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. Open your mind, see what you find, bring it on home to your people. A woman's life is filled with stages, milestones, ushering in wondrous experiential apexes like the coming of fertility, motherhood, and wisdom. Three aspects, maiden, mother, and crone, have traditionally represented the bounties and new beginnings represented by each stage. So we will start with the maiden reading. Taylor is going to do that.
Maiden. The maiden is the aspect of new beginnings, youth, playfulness, spontaneity, and learning. The maiden embodies the creative force. Like one of spring's colorful, perfumed flowers, her purpose is to attract. Dancing with wild abandon, she gathers the stuff of life. Big dreams, bold ideas, and intense desires. But she's impatient and doesn't settle down long enough to bring them into reality. But she isn't supposed to. Her story is about beginning.
And now the mother. Excuse me.
The mother. A woman in the prime of her life can be said to be living under the aspect of the mother, who personifies fertility, strength, and stability. She is the gentle nurturer as well as the fierce lioness. Nah.
We were talking about that earlier, and you think it's interesting.
Yeah. The mother embodies the creative act, sensual, sexual, fertile, and strong. She's the one who weaves the ideas, dreams, and desires, then gives birth to something tangible. She feeds and protects. The energy of the mother is often seen in her child, but the child doesn't have to be a human. The mother's devotion could be to an idea, a project, a cause, or a story. She is the lady of dance. Her story is about fulfillment. The mother is usually a childbearing years, but not always. Regardless of your age, you've been birthed a creation of any sort. Give it time and tender, loving care.
And now the crone.
The crone, and by far the most misunderstood and yet in many ways most deserving of reverence, is the crone who holds within her all the wisdom of the journey within womanhood. The crone embodies creative transformation. The crone is a voice of understanding, a healer, a counselor, and a teacher who has traveled the paths of maiden and mother and possessed the accumulated experience of youth, adulthood, and old age. She represents the fulfillment of maturity and the knowledge that can only be obtained through life well lived. In embracing the crone, we acknowledge the extraordinary wisdom, grace, dignity, and beauty that comes with age. As we pass lovingly through each stage, coming to the remarkable crone, we are awakened to the mysteries of each, as we hold within us the keys to them all.
You said you could get off the couch.
And now the reason we're here today, the elder. As a generation, we're growing into our wisdom. As a generation, we're growing into our wisdom. We're hungry for our wise women. We're hungry to know them and to become them. The wise have seen the light at the center of things. And the light at the center of things is who we are. Until we see that, the mission of our lives remains unfulfilled. We gather on this day to celebrate an important passage in the life of Sherry Fenyeaux, a beloved child of God, the mother of 8 beloved souls, and sister to the world. The years of her life on earth have brought her to this sacred moment. Don't cry. Where she takes upon herself, through the grace of God, the mantle of elder.
Do it.
From this day forward, she celebrates and carries forth the purpose of the wise ones, who oversee our human progress, who nurture and sustain us. She shall be grandmother to all children, handmaiden and god and goddess, revered for her insights and honored for her knowledge. To you, Sherry, having lived these years, having seen what you have seen and cried the tears of troubled times, we all acknowledge you, that you have climbed the ladder of the elder ones. May God reveal to you a sacred sensibility. We are all blessed by your presence. We are all grateful to know you. And now if you'll take a moment and share your history with us.
Y'all know Vanessa, I had homework. But being who I am, I kind of blew it off.
That's the normal reaction.
I kind of blew it off. And the reason I blew it off was because I knew, I wasn't going to tell my story. It's not an AA meeting. I didn't want to tell my story, you know. God wants me to say. Take it or leave it. When Vanessa asked if she could do an elder ceremony for me, I said, no, I don't feel worthy to be called an elder. I mean, I've been a crone for a long time. I settled into that. But an elder, somehow, I don't feel that I exactly deserve that. But then, maybe I really do. And I said, well, I kind of stopped. I said, I've kind of stopped searching. I'm kind of okay where I am. I don't, I used to be such a searcher. I read all these spiritual books. I did all these spiritual practices. And at some point, after 20 or 30 or 40 years, I just said, I became okay without that. I didn't have to do it anymore. It's not, and then I thought, well, am I not growing? But I have grown. It's just, I was a searcher. I've been a searcher all my life, and now I feel like I'm not searching anymore, which is an odd place to be for me. But it's like it's not complacent. It's
Content.
yeah, content. It's not complacent. It's just okay. I feel like I know what I believe. It doesn't necessarily match what anybody else believes, but that's okay. I'm not out proselytizing to everybody and telling, well, you got to think this way, or you got to, the AA thing. That component of my life is one thing, but to me, being an elder doesn't. That I got to this by that. I got to this by that. Which I never would have gotten to this place in my life if it hadn't been for AA. I just wouldn't have. And all the wonderful women that I know, and all the nurturing that's been done for me. But I was, I told Vanessa, I don't do anything anymore. I just sit at home. I don't. She said, but now people come to you. I said, oh. She said, that's what happens when you're an elder.
The elder doesn't move.
Yeah. I said, oh, okay, maybe I am there. Because it's not that I don't do anything, it's just that I don't feel the need to. I love being with my friends, I love doing things. It's not that, it's just that I don't feel the need to go out and gain spiritual knowledge anymore. It's not that I don't learn something spiritually every day, I do. But I don't have to seek it anymore, and I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing. It just is.
You've become it.
Yeah, it's just where I'm at. Just kind of down, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. I have gone through a lot of things in my life, but a lot of bad things, a lot of good things. And I've made some and some of you have really been good witness to some of my really stupidity things. But I've learned from those sort of fall off the mountain. Oh my God, where am I? I don't know who I am. I know who I am now. But the kind of downer thing is, I'm one of those people, I finally didn't do it this year, but every year I watch 9/11 stuff every year, over and over. And I think I did it because I needed it to make sense to me. And this year is the first time in 18 years I didn't do it. But every time I watched it, that first time, it struck me, and I thought, this is the spiritual lesson I've taken from that. All those papers that were flying out those buildings, I was so struck, even the first time, about how all those papers were so God blessed important to everybody in that building. And it was all, this is my, I'm trying to go over and I need this. The papers didn't make a flip. When it came right down to it, they were really and I think I've spent a lot of my life on meaningless bullshit. Not being who I really am. not being authentic. And I think that's where I'm at now, hopefully, is at an authentic place. I slip off. And I'll give you an example. I was mentioning to Tori about this. One of my granddaughters is having a bridal shower on Sunday, and this is the first chance for all of us to meet the in-laws. and she's a very very conservative business family, and she's got a lot of business people going to be there and stuff. And so, no one asked me to do this. All right, I took this upon myself. I decided to dye my hair gray. Of course, now that I'm seeing everybody's done it, so I don't feel so bad. But I hate it. You know, I thought, you gotta tone down that blonde, and you gotta look more. You gotta look more like, you know. And I did it, and I thought, this is not me. It makes me feel old. I don't like it. Not that I love gray hair. It's not that. It's the wrong gray. You know, it's not. And I thought, you know, I came